Hello everyone, my name is Where We Don't Care, my name is, and here we go with my review for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Okay, so last year Sony didn't do a very good job with the Emoji Movie. So when we heard they were going to do an animated Spider-Man movie, there was reasons to be concerned. I am not the only one who was concerned. Nonetheless, I went to go see this film. We all wanted to give it a chance. I certainly wanted to give it a chance because I love Spider-Man, and I wanted to see if this film was going to be good. And sure enough, it was good. Wow. Wow. In the span of 1 year, Sony went from having a shit film with the Emoji Movie to having an awesome movie with the Into the Spider-Verse. That is just wow. Within a year, that's amazing. And this was a good film. I had a good time watching this. This was not only a very enjoyable film, but this was also, like, you get into it. You get into this film a lot. And you'll love all the characters that are thrown in here. You'll love the animation. You'll love the story as well. Now, does it have its flaws? Yes, it does have its flaws. So let's go over it. There won't be any spoilers here, trust me. I don't want to spoil this for you guys. So let's get started with the story. The story, if you got from the trailer, best you can, is that Miles Morales is starting a new school. He's struggling to handle school life. Gets bit by a radioactive spider, so he has to deal with that. He's trying to learn how to use his powers, so he has to deal with that. He has to stop the Kingpin, so he has to deal with that. And all the while has to prove himself that he can be a hero. He can be a spider hero like all these other spider heroes that have come from other dimensions into his. He wants to prove himself to them. He wants to be a hero, and they all have to work together as a team to stop the Kingpin before he ends up destroying everything they love. So that's pretty much the story in a nutshell, without spoiling too much for you guys, because trust me, there's a lot of stuff that I could tell you about the story that would make more sense. But that's pretty much a story where Miles has to learn how to use his powers, has to work with the other spider heroes, and has to stop the Kingpin. That's pretty much the story. And it's done well. It's paced very nicely. It's not slow. It's not rushed too fast. They take their time with the story. We're focused on Miles first, and then we later get into him meeting the other version of Peter Parker, who's also the other dimensional Spider-Man. And then they later on meet Spider-Gwen, and we find out how she comes to this dimension, but it takes its time. We go from Miles meeting Spider-Man to all of the way to Gwen, so until we get to the heroes, the other spider heroes. So it's done very well. It's paced nicely. You keep up what's going on. You're hooked on what's going on because you're wondering, okay, what's gonna happen here? Okay, this is good. This is nice. I like I already got the moral of the story, but I do like how well they're able to tell the story. And of course, you know how it's all gonna go. If you've seen this superhero film so many times, you know how it's gonna go. But I like how well it's paced, how well it's done well, and it's told very nicely, so I'm glad for that. Now, I do have some problems, though. I did wish we got a little more time with the other spider heroes, get to know them a little bit more, because we're only focusing on just the 3 characters. We're mostly focusing on Miles, Peter, and Gwen, which, again, I wouldn't mind, but I wouldn't like to know all these other spider heroes, and maybe add in a few more. I also like to know a little bit more about the Kingpin, a little more motivation with him. I know the reason why he's doing what he's doing, but a little more time with him and a little more time with the villains, would be nice. But, of course, we don't get that. He has to be the big bad guy. You have to stop, so it's fine. But again, it's a nice story. It's done very well. It's told very well, especially with the characters, which helps make this movie good. The characters, I love Miles Morales. I love this other version of Peter Parker who pretty much had a very bad time with his life in his dimension, so feel bad for him. And I also like Gwen in this story too. Yeah, she isn't a lot like from the comics, like with the her appearance and everything, but I did like this version of her, and I like the interaction with her and Miles as well. It's very good, especially early on in the film. And I like the interaction between Miles and Peter as well, and Peter trying to pretty much get through the problems he's dealing with as well. And all the other Spider characters, I like them too. I like Spider-Ham. Yes, hokey having a Spider-Ham hero, but I didn't mind it at all. I also like having Spider Noir and Penny Parker as well. I thought, okay, I love all this. This is so good. I love having all these characters here. I like the villains too. Uh, they're all very good. But again, I wish we would spend a little more time with Kingpin so we get a little more out of him. All these other characters, I love them. They're all great characters. My only flaw is a little more with the Prowler. We know who it is, but I kind of wish we got a little more on him and why there is a distance between him and, you know, Miles' dad as well. Just a little more on that, a little more development with this character and all these other characters too. But again, the focus has been mainly on Miles, on Peter, and Gwen. Not bad. I still like it. Just a little bit more development with all the other characters. But, alright, when we get to the animation, how's the animation? I liked it. I thought the animation was very good, especially when we get to the fight scenes, when we get to the webbing, when we get to Miles controlling his powers better. I like it a lot. It's very good. There are times when I do feel it's a little too weird. I think it's a little too off. But then again, I remember they're combining this with the comics as well, so it does feel a lot like a comic book movie, especially with the thought bubbles, and then we got the colors changing as well. I thought, okay, that's actually not bad. I'll give him credit for that. The music for this is also good too. I like the music added with this film, especially the credits as well, where we get Spider-Man's singing Christmas song. I'm like, that was worth it. So I liked it. I liked this the animation for this film. Again, my only problems are just, I think the opening is probably my only problem with the animation. It feels like, I'm glad you didn't put like a lot of the colorful stuff happening everywhere, because you probably would have caused a seizure. So, story for this film. Awesome. Got a few flaws, but it's awesome. Characters, all awesome. Spider-Ham, I don't care what people say. I love you, dude. You're awesome. Especially Spider Noir. Nicolas Cage, you gotta do more of these, man. It's gonna help you. Trust me. I love the animation too, especially when we have some of the fight scenes, and then with Penny Parker as well. Love it. That was cool. So yeah, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Worth watching. It's a good film for adults. It's good for kids as well. I will say this. There are some dark moments in the film, so just be bracing for that. So I do recommend it. If you guys have a different opinion about this film, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button. Check out my Facebook page. Check out my Twitter page. And I'll see y'all next time and give you more love and more entertainment. Until then, take care. And I'll see you next time, guys.